Hey guys, John Frischett, Nintendo enthusiast here, giving you a quick review of the PowerA Spectra Enhanced Wired Controller. I have no video editing skills, so we're going to do this in one quick take. Here we go. So, we have this Spectra controller. It retails for $34.99, and bottom line, I think it's a pretty good value. So, shape-wise, if we take a look here, pretty much the same thing as your typical Nintendo Switch Pro controller. The one major difference is that the triggers are a little bit higher up here. And if you take a look here, it's also a little bit pointier. So I thought that was a little bit uncomfortable on my small hands. Sometimes it feels like I'm getting jagged a little bit. But if you have larger hands, I don't know, maybe you'll see that as a positive. Maybe it'll actually feel a little more comfortable for you. I'm not sure. I can only express what I felt, and the triggers I wasn't crazy for. The rest, pretty good. If you take a look here at the sticks, there's some little ridges, which makes it a little bit more like the Xbox One controller. Mine is quite dusty because I hate my Xbox. And if you take a look at the buttons, again, standard fare. I would say that pressing these buttons, they go down a little further than in a typical Pro controller. Maybe you'll think that feels a little more satisfying. Maybe you'll think it feels a little more loose. I don't know. Either way, it's not a big deal. You might like it, you might not. It works though. You'll notice these buttons are a little bit higher up too. They jut out a little more. Again, maybe you'll find that more satisfying, or maybe you'll be a little confused if you're used to a regular Pro controller. Not a big deal. Main event with this controller, obviously, it glows. You've been watching it glow this whole time. If we take a look at the back, we got these two buttons here. I don't know, there we go. Program and LEDs. So program lets you program these two buttons on the sides here to be whatever you'd like. I actually programmed them to be the trigger buttons so that I could press them a little bit less and not poke my fingers as much. But yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. It takes literally just a few seconds to set it up. It's really easy, and once you've done it, you can reset it if you want, and it will retain the settings that you give it even when you unplug it from the Switch, which is great. But again, it only takes a few seconds to set up, so, you know, not losing much time in your life either way. And lastly, well, maybe not lastly, but we have this headphone jack here, so you can plug that in. You can do your competitive gaming, or if you're like me and you just want to hear music better, nicer, with your crisp earbuds, you can do that. And I did do that with Persona last night. It was great. Can't do that with a regular Pro controller. There's nothing there. Da-da-ding. And if we press our LED button here, we can make it be one of the 8 colors if we like. They're all pretty cool. I'm recording this in daytime, so I don't know how much it'll pop, but it looks pretty nice regardless, day or night. It's a really nice effect. You can see it all around the controller. For what it's worth, I had an opportunity to show my mother, and she was just dazzled with the thing, so surely PowerA will appreciate the mother vote. Yeah. And this comes with a 10-foot cord, just about. And it snaps in and all that good stuff. So, comfortable distance, you don't need to be right next to a TV. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a really great alternative to the standard Pro controller, being $35, so you know you're saving half the price, with the only big sacrifice being that gotta stay plugged in. This is a wired controller, but otherwise you're going to be shining for days. So if you're a streamer, or if you're just amused by brightly colored things, like, hey, this controller's a win. You got 2 more buttons in the back you can play with. You got a headphone jack. I do believe you're missing HD rumble and maybe gyroscopic. I'll confirm that in the text review. But otherwise, you know, great value. Watch out for some pointy triggers if you got small hands like I do. And that's about it. That's the PowerA Spectra Enhanced Wired Controller. Available now. Check it out.